Hello guys, so welcome to the channel. You clicked on this video, so I'm assuming that you want to learn how to invest, right? So most investing videos make it seem like you need a lot of bread, like a lot of money if you want to invest, right? I'm just going to tell you outright that's not true. That's what we're going to be going into this video with. And yeah, I'm going to try to break it down in a simple way and explain like how you can start investing in 2026. Before we start, I just want to get into like what investing is. Investing is basically putting your money into something and then letting time grow that money. It's not really a get rich quick kind of thing. You're letting time do the work for you. That's why investing is so important, so that we can start young, so that we can let our money work for us. Just really want to emphasize that this is not a rich quick thing. I'm talking about long-term investments over the course of your life to help you become financially stable. And yeah, this is not a get rich quick overnight thing, and this is not financial advice. All right, so before we really get into investing and all that, what we want to make sure is that we hit our first base, our debts and maybe payments that we sort of have. But we want to make sure that we do first is, I know a lot of us sort of have student debt. So what we want to do first is at least make a minimum payment for our debts, and maybe we have car loans or credit card debts or just things like that, where we want to make sure that that's taken care of first, or at least paid like part of it first, so that we can invest with what little we would have left over. All right, so first thing we want to do is to set up an emergency fund. Basically, this can be different for people, but you basically want a few months worth of money saved up in case like emergency happens. This is just like a good buffer to kind of set up, especially when you're younger, because you never know when something's gonna happen. The world is unpredictable, so you always want to have like money saved up somewhere, so that in case that happens, you're kind of prepared for it. Now, this is kind of moving into what we're talking about next, which is a high yield savings account. This is an account that basically, it's like just your normal savings account, but you get interest that kind of matches the inflation of the market. Basically, instead of just having your money just sitting in a traditional savings account, what this will do is allow you to like keep your money worth its value. For example, let's say a McDonald's burger. A McDonald's burger in 2005 was probably a lot less than it is now. And that's due to inflation. So basically what you're doing by putting your money in a high yield savings account is allowing that money to sort of match inflation, so it doesn't lose its value basically. Okay, so I'm gonna be cutting in here. I just want to let you guys know this is not financial advice. I'm just a student trying to sort of teach what I know and what I've learned, and that's basically it. And yeah. Okay guys, so now we're gonna get into our first investing account. So first thing we want to do is open up a Roth IRA. So basically a Roth IRA is an investing account where the money you put in can grow over time, and you can take it out later, so you don't have to pay taxes on that growth. So money is grown tax-free, and although it's grown tax-free, there is a limit of how much you can deposit. So as of 2025, the limit is currently 7,000. Might be different for 2026. I'll throw an ad up if it changed. So what makes a Roth IRA so good is the fact that your money gets reinvested and it compounds and grows. So think of sort of like a snowball exponentially getting larger, and that's basically what like makes it so good. And then the fact that you'll be able to withdraw all that tax-free. So there are a lot of apps or brokerages that allow you to set this up. I can throw on a few. I know there's Webull, there's Robinhood, which I currently use. There's Charles Schwab, there's Fidelity. So you would want to go with whichever brokerage suits you and where you live, because I know it's different for some countries. But yeah, these should all work, and whichever one suits you best can be what you use. Okay, so the next thing that we'll be talking about is a 401k. So a 401k is a retirement investing account you get through a job. It's part of your paycheck goes into it automatically, and that money gets invested for the future. So a lot of jobs offer this. They usually offer a match, which means your employer puts in extra money to, and which is basically free money, which I know we all want. But yeah, the money is meant for long-term growth, so you usually don't touch it later in life, which is what you should be doing. But for most students, this only matters once you start working full time, but it's good to know what it is early. Me personally, this doesn't apply to me because I'm not unemployed, but the job I work doesn't offer this. It's like a lower level job, so it doesn't apply to me. But yeah, this is just letting you guys know what it is early on. Okay, so now that we've talked about how to set up your account, we're gonna get into what you should actually put your money in. So what I like to use actually is this thing called the 80-20 rule. I've kind of just seen this online, but it basically says 80% of your money should go into proven investments such as ETFs and index funds, and then the other 20% is for like, you know, your growth stocks. Okay, so there's really two major ETFs that I want to hit. So the first one is VOO. It's made by Vanguard, and it basically tracks the S&P 500, which comprised of 500 of the biggest US companies such as like Apple and Microsoft and Amazon, and it's designed to grow over the long term with the stock market. So it's very simple because you don't actually have to pick like individual stocks, which can be difficult, but it's more of like buying a little piece of the whole US economy. So the key things is that low risk and a long-term growth focus. So another one is QQQ or QQQM. So basically it's very similar, but instead of focusing on just the largest US companies, this is more bigger in like tech and growth companies. So we're basically buying a piece of like tech. It focuses on like growing tech companies, so there is higher growth potential, but it's still pretty secure because tech is pretty important. So it's an easy way to kind of get in on the growing tech such as like AI and all that. So these together sort of already set you up in a really good spot because you have growth for tech and you have the broad US growth. So over time these will grow, hopefully assuming that the US still grows, which would be very likely. So to keep it simple, I would recommend putting most of your money into the things that I just said. I would focus on first maxing out the $7,000 limit on your Roth IRA, since that allows for the biggest growth over time. But if you have money left over, then you could put that into individual stocks. Okay, so the part you guys have all been waiting for. What individual stocks should you invest in? So the big 10x stock that will make you $1 million is, I don't know. So I'm not actually gonna give you guys, oh my gosh, this is like the new biggest thing kind of stock, right? I actually encourage you to go and do some research and actually look into what the stock or what company you kind of want to invest in. So although I'm not giving you guys an outright answer, I will try to provide you with a list of things that like you can check. First, you want to make sure that this is a company that you personally use, or you've seen their product and you've seen it being used and it's something that you can trust. Second, you want to make sure that it has big growth potential. It's something you can see growing because of our current time. One example is AI. I think still has a lot of potential to grow. So a lot of companies and stocks that are centered around that have the potential to grow. So yeah, that's just an example. And then third, try not to put your eggs in one basket, because you want to have a diverse portfolio. So you don't just want to put all of it into like Apple. You want to sort of diversify it. So I'm just going to keep this section short. I might make a separate video about this, but yeah, that'll be it on this part. We are sort of gearing investing towards longer term, safer things to put your money in. Okay guys, so we're nearing the end of the video here, so I'm just gonna spit out some tips and tricks that kind of helped me when I was learning how to invest and when I was starting out. So the first one is please set up reoccurring payments. When I tell you guys this, bro, I'm putting y'all on game here. So this might sound like a red flag for like a lot of people, but it helps you keep the pressure off of yourself when you're like investing. Let's be real here. We, and yes, I mean we, will not always remember to sort of like keep track and to keep investing. So what this does is it automates the process for us, and it makes it easier to invest, because sometimes we'll forget to invest. So what this does is it automates the whole process, so basically we don't forget to invest, and it helps us stay consistent. So how I use this is I personally have it set up so where as soon as I get paid, it actually takes a percentage, or usually a set amount of my paycheck, and it puts that into my accounts. So I don't always have to be thinking of like, oh, like I forgot to invest some of my paycheck, and it kind of does it for me, which helps a lot. Oh, and keep in mind, this doesn't have to be a large amount. Literally, I started off only doing it with $5 whenever I would get paid. I literally just take like only 5 out and just put it into my account. But over time, you can increase the amount so that your account constantly has money going in it, and then can invest that money instead of it just sitting around, if that makes sense. Now, number 2, the second biggest thing is don't wait to invest. This is like the biggest thing. Time in the market will literally always be timing of the market. Well, not always, but 99.9999% of the time. So what I really want you guys to focus on is to not get analysis paralysis. Like, don't try to like over analyze and be like, oh, I must wait for this to happen before I put my money into the market. Just start now and get yourself into the market, and then let time do all the work for you. And my final tip is just keep it simple, guys. Like, you don't want to overcomplicate things and make it harder than it already is. So what I recommend is just focus on the long term. Like, don't always be like, oh, like my money's gone up like today. Try to keep it in the background so that you don't get anxious whether your money goes up or down. So yeah, let your money work for you. Don't let it just sit around. Remember that we're focused on long-term growth here. So always keep that in mind. So if you've made it this far, thanks for dealing with me. I stutter a bit. There's a bit of iffy parts, but thank you for making it this far. This will be the end of the video. There's still a lot of things that I can learn, so feel free to let me know if I'm missing things, if I did something wrong, if I explained something bad. Feel free to let me know, please, because I am still learning. This is my second video, and yeah. Let me know what I can improve on, and if you guys wouldn't mind, please like and subscribe, because it's a new account and I really want to grow so I can help more people. And yeah, that'll be it. This video is coming out around Christmas time, so happy holidays. And yeah, be safe out there, guys, and don't forget to have fun. And yeah, peace out.